Back here with Coach Hourigan as we now preview the outfielders as the 2018 season is fastly approaching. Coach, two returners at the corners, big-time players for you, Topa and Feldstein, two guys that got nicked up in the fall and then last season that had surgery.
Right.
How are those guys looking, and what do you expect out of them going into the year?
They're looking great. They're looking great. Topa, did a really nice job over the summer. He got himself in tremendous shape. He's naturally like a really strong kid, so we focused a lot on just staying nice and lean and working on his speed. And he looks tremendous. I mean, he's flying around on the bases. Yesterday in our scrimmage, he had 4 stolen bases. Just working on that next aspect of his game. Isaac is a kid who battled through injuries for us last year, especially with his knee. And what people don't realize, and he's very athletic, and he can run as well. So the knee seems healthy. Both guys look like they're in a great place health-wise, and I'm really excited for both of them. For John, it's always been him just taking another step. Last year, if you look at his statistics, you might say, well, he took a step back. But personally, I felt like he's getting closer with his swing to becoming the hitter that we all think he can be. So that's something that from a statistical standpoint, it doesn't look like it. But from a swing standpoint, he was driving balls, over the fence in batting practice. And now I think that's going to translate into the games a little bit more. And I think he can be that extra base hit guy. He had a great summer in the Cape. And he's carried that over to the winter workouts right now. Isaac, it's consistency. I believe he batted in the 260s with good power for us last year, and it's something I tell Isaac all the time. He has the ability to be a 300 hitter for us. He really does. It comes down to just having a sound approach and not trying to do too much. He's got a really fast bat. And if he can stick with that line drive approach and hitting balls to all fields, I think you're going to see that consistency right there.
So more playing time opens up with Keith Kruger graduating.
Yep.
Who are some of the candidates along with Troy Stefanski returning to fill that center field position?
Yeah, well, let's start with Troy. Troy's been a solid player for us throughout his career. He is a very good defender. And I think we saw it last year. He struggled at the plate, but he impacted the game with his defense. I can recall that Cincinnati series where he threw a runner out. He made a diving catch when he was playing center field for us. So I feel like he's a very good defender with a very strong arm. His winter workouts have looked awesome. He kind of carried over a great summer, where I believe he was an all-star in the Futures League for Martha's Vineyard. And one thing that we always talk about with Troy is just taking a better swing in your advantage counts or early in the count instead of maybe like a 2-strike swing. Sometimes he becomes a little wristy and will just slap balls. I want him to take a good healthy swing, and then when he gets to 2 strikes, he can compete. So he looks very good. Ben Maycock is a guy, maybe not center field, but Ben Maycock is a guy that had a really nice fall, and he's extremely strong. I mean, he is a guy that you could put in the lineup, and it's gonna really scare the opposing team because he can hit the ball really far, and he can run. He can really run. He's more of a corner guy for us. We'll battle for some DH. But it's just about consistency for him, just putting the ball in play a little bit more. Anthony Sereno was a redshirt freshman for us last year. He had a tough injury over the summer where he had an all-star summer in the Perfect Game League. He tore his ACL, but he is right on track to be back this year. I mean, he's flying around in the scrimmages, so. He looks really good. He's another energy guy for us. I love having him out there because he's always looking to steal a bag. He's always looking to get a dirt ball read, and he's extremely strong. We're just trying to iron out some things with his swing, but he's a guy in the mix right there. Other guys, Michael Woodworth is a JUCO transfer from California. He's a guy that we're going to put all over the place. But from an outfield standpoint, he looks like an excellent excellent center fielder. We had him out there in the fall workouts, and he literally can run down everything. From an offensive standpoint, he's an aggressive hitter, but he has the ability to execute. Like most California guys, he can drag bunt, he can push bunt, he can do all those little things to kind of help your lineup move. Chris Winkle is a returning guy from last year, a freshman who played mostly first base and I think a little bit of left field last year. But he's in the mix as well at center field. For a 6'4" guy, he can fly. And he's really progressed in playing the outfield, and his bat is really coming along nicely. So I'm really excited about him because he gives you that power and he gives you that speed threat. So he looks really good out there.